Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your September general reading. We're going to get a Wisdom of the Oracle card here to just kind of get a good idea of what's going on in general energy for the Scorpios out there. We are going into a Virgo Libra type energy month, so there is going to be a lot of balancing, a lot of justice, a lot of victories even coming through. So it'll be really cool to see what comes through for everybody. We have a full moon in Pisces coming up on September 14th, and that's going to help us balance spirituality and practicality. So that'll be a good time to really focus in on what we need to do around these months, especially as you're getting close to your solar year return. Okay, Scorpio, because with your birthday coming up, you're going to be getting in that new identity sector and really wanting to set intentions for the next year. And you've got message in a bottle. How cool is that? Okay, so the general gist of this card is that there are messages. There are messages out there, and there's messages that are out there for you. Okay? And they could be coming from spirit. They could be coming from your inner guidance. You could be hearing them in synchronicities. This is kind of like a card that signifies multiple ways that you could receive a message, okay? It's not just something where you're, getting this message and it may maybe consider something, or you're thinking about something. This is a deeper, much deeper meaning for you. And the way that I see it coming out is kind of in this synchronicity of the need and necessity that we drew for this period, okay? And this is really about communication and spontaneous oracles. So, this is all about a spiritual message, something from the inside, some kind of self-realization. And I really, like I said, feel it goes in with this. Now, I pulled this card as a general energy for every sign for September. So before I started any of these readings, I posted a video about need and necessity, and that being kind of a general energy for all signs. So you may get some kind of a message, a spiritual message, and you need to see how that relates and prioritizes in your life, and how you can create that balance that's really needed, especially with the Virgo Libra energy that we're all experiencing over September. So let's get some tarot cards, and then we'll get some clarifying tarot cards, and then we'll get some tarot dice. Those things are super cool. If you haven't seen those yet, stick around. I absolutely dig them. And then also, so that you know, Scorpio, we have that full moon, or I'm sorry, the new moon in Libra coming up on the 28th. And that starts a whole new cycle of that justice card, which is really balancing in karma and getting everything in line and in order for the harvest period, balancing and weighing, taking stock, inventory, all that kind of stuff is happening right now in September in our personal lives. Okay, you've got 10 of Pentacles coming out. You've got 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. Lots and lots of wand energy for you, Scorpio. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Now, if we start with the 10 of Pentacles, which actually came out as the first card in the very last reading, which, could be significant. So if you have any Libra connections in your birth chart, you may want to check in, because there may be similar messaging going on there. Now, the 10 of Pentacles is when we've come to the end of a cycle. It is when we're reaping the reward. Usually the 9s are the signifiers of the end. The 10s are the actual end. That's when the change happens. That's when the gift comes through. And that's when we move into that next energy of the Fool and the Aces. So with this, it's showing that you've completed something. You've come through full circle, something that's bringing more stability into your life. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but this is definitely a good indication that you could be receiving more money from this cycle ending. It could also be a signifier that you have done something or made a move that is just bringing more stability. So that could be a commitment. That could be a collaboration. That could be any type of a move that enhances stability in your life. Now, with message in a bottle coming, you may be getting these synchronicities and these messages that are going to come through and really push you forward into a new cycle. And that could be this coming through. This could be that gift. It could be just really higher intuition that can bring you forward on a path that's going to be more stable for you. So many different ways that this could play out for you, Scorpio. Let's get deeper and see if we can define it here. We have 8 of Wands, so whatever is coming in September, it's going to be moving fast. 8 of Wands is signifying strength, okay, first of all, and then desire. So there's so much strength behind the desire and the divine masterpiece that's coming through for you, Scorpio, that it's going to be coming in fast, moving fast. These are like arrows shooting through the air because there's so much power behind them, so much fire behind them. It's that fire energy, that passion, that stuff that drives us, gets us up in the morning, motivates us. Wands can sometimes obviously talk about the work that we do, but it can also be about the passion in the work that we do. Okay? It's the thing that really gets us going towards something. And you may have that all of a sudden rush this month with that 8 of Wands coming out. But you also may be confronted with a moment where you're having to defend your passion, where you're having to defend something that you really feel strongly about. And again, that may be just different for every Scorpio, but there's going to be something where you're going to have to kind of block the doorway and say, no, this is my belief, this is what I believe in, this is my path, and I'm going with it. With you having the 7s and the 8s together, I always look at the 7s and 8s as the path, and then the strength to continue on the path. So 7s meaning the path, which is our chariot, okay? This is you seeing what's worth it and if you're able to maintain, and then the strength to maintain. So there may be something that you're really, really passionate about in September, something that may have to do with your job or your relationships or just even your beliefs, and you may have to defend it. And you may be coming into it with a more solid, stable ground, okay, because of this 10 of Pentacles. So maybe you tried to defend it in the past and it just didn't work out and you thought it was over. Well, here it comes back around really fast, and you're going to have new tools to defend it. You have a new wand, you have, new wisdom, you have new path and new strength behind you, backing you up. This is a really broad energy reading, and there's no major arcana, so it's really difficult to determine what exactly you could be going through, Scorpio, because many scenarios can come out of these more mundane energies. These are those day-to-day energies rather than those huge life-changing shifts. The only thing that's really like significantly large in this reading is the fact that we have that 10 of Pentacles and the message in the bottle, which is that coming into spirit, that karmic and divine intervention that happens when we connect with ourselves. So I believe that that's really going to be something that you're going through with a lot of coin and wand, mostly wand obviously, but with coin and wands being in here and there being a lack of swords and a lack of cups, there may be where you need to balance your thoughts and balance your feelings and get some of those mixed into this passion. How do you really feel about it though? It may be sounding really fun and exciting, but how do you feel about it? That's different than the action of doing. How do we feel? There's feeling about it, there's doing about it. And what kind of stability is it going to bring you? So really trying to balance those things as you go into September, because we're all going to be asked to balance. We're all going to be asked to balance our spirituality and that practicality, okay? Here's that practicality coming in. And you're going to be celebrating the fact that you have some sort of foundation beginning. This is the 4 of Wands, and when we get to the 4 of Wands, we have made a decision previous to this. We have held out knowing that what we were starting, we were going to see through, and you've made it to the 4. The 4 is a moment to take stock of how far you've come up to this moment and reignite your passion. See that dragonfly there? Yep, that's for dragonfly wisdom, because it is really self-realization. Recognizing self, recognizing how much you've changed since you started this, whatever this is, going to be different for everybody, obviously. But when you started with the 1, the ace, that brought you into a whole new level of a path and a passion and a desire that has now brought you to a more solid foundation. And really that could be what this is all about too, is recognizing that you have actually built something that you can continue building on. It's not stopping here. You know, you can get more on this. There's more to do here. But taking the moment to recognize how far you have come is really going to enrich your life. Okay, so let's get some clarifying cards, because this is definitely a broad energy for you, Scorpio. I love it. It's great energy. It's just very broad, hard for me to articulate what could be going on for the masses. You know, this scenario could work out with a job, a relationship, and it's not leaning any one way or the other. That's for sure. So let's see what Scorpio has here for September. I really like this energy, and I feel like the feeling part of it is going to come from the message in the bottle. Oop, just one more card then. Hey. We got 3 of them flipped out. Okay. Let's see what the mystery card is here. Okay, yep, that Chariot. That's what I was saying, the 7, Chariot. Queen of Rods. We have Death here. And we have the Sun. So here's our major arcana. Here is 3 major arcana and a court card. So this can help really bring this together. Now let's look at this one at a time. This stability that is either being given to you or that you're enduring, okay, this can, you know, obviously stability can look many different ways to many different people, as our perceptions are all different. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to really get your head and your heart in line so that you can soar forward and head into a new path. Being at the end of this path, whatever this is, you've done all you can do with it, and now you're getting the consolation prize, okay? Because you've done all you can do. There's not much more you can do with it except for learn and go further into the next level. It would be pointless to redo this cycle because you have got everything out of it. You have all 10 coins out of it. So now you're being urged to take these new knowledge and tools and possibly even a new community standing. You know, maybe you're being looked at in a different way because of this cycle that you've completed. But you're going to take all of that and move forward. Get your head and heart on the same path. What are you thinking you want? What are you feeling you want? When you can get those two on the same and start heading forward down your path, you are going to really start flying forward and get into that strength and really complete a much larger life cycle. Whereas these 10s are chapters, the world is that life-altering cycle change, okay? And the messages in the bottle that come for you can really help you get head and heart. When you really check in with yourself and do that inner work, you're going to be able to get head and heart on the same page. It will be very simple because you will trust your intuition and really have that inner dialogue about what it is that you're wanting. Because right here, we have even more rods coming out, but who is this? This is the Queen of Rods. Now, the Queen of Rods knows exactly what it takes to get what she wants by using passion and action and the determination to get it. Okay? This isn't just a feeling. This is something that keeps her awake at night. She knows, okay, how to get it quickly. She is the master manifester of her kingdom and her thoughts and everything that she brings forth, and she's able to maintain that joy, that luxury that comes with that fire sign, okay? And this card is signifying to you that you already know what drives you wild. You're the only one who knows what drives you wild, Scorpio. And once you can pinpoint it and point yourself in that direction, it's going to start coming through really fast. And the Queen of Rods knows this. This is action-packed. Fire energy is swift. Maybe not as swift as the sword, but it's right there with it. Okay, and I believe that these two being together is saying for you to really get in touch with the receiving part of this. Be open to receive the message from Spirit. Be open to receive the message from your inner self. be open to receive the opportunity of passion that's coming your way, okay? Because as you defend it and believe in it further, something dies. Now that could be an old belief, some kind of a barrier, some sort of resistance to your path, but death is always that welcomed spirit, okay? And we don't always love it when it happens because it can be uncomfortable. Change is always an uncomfortable feeling. However, it is a fixed feeling. This is a fixed feeling of transformation. So it's a great card. When we're able to transform who we were into something else, it's typically a great thing, and it's typically so much better, okay? This is an expected ending with a promise of rebirth with divine timing. Now, with it coming out with something that you have to defend, it appears to me that you already know what's ending. You already know. That is that anticipated, expected death. So whatever it is that you're defending, maybe you already know that your foe has no leg to stand on, or you're realizing that you're defending something that no longer serves you. So that's kind of a more difficult energy to pinpoint right there. That can be so different for each of you. But the message in the bottle is to trust. Trust that whatever is coming forward, even the death, that a lot of the times when we're being rejected of something, we're being protected. Okay? And this doesn't necessarily mean you're being rejected, but resistance and barriers sometimes mean that that's not necessarily the direction, and something has to be taken away to regain peace. You know, that's that peace right there, that collaboration, the coming together. There doesn't need to be this defending if there's conversation, okay? When we have communication and teamwork, there doesn't have to be defending. And maybe that's what needs to be said in this part of this, is that there has to be an end somewhere to the fighting or the bickering or the arguing or the needing to defend. Really just go with your own life and do what you do. Get your head and heart in the same pathway, and you won't have to be defending so much. It won't be your business to have to do that, you know. Now, this coming out with the Four of Wands is just absolutely beautiful. As you can see, this Sun card shows pure joy and happiness with these two people that are joining spirits, okay? Now, the Sun isn't always just necessarily some kind of a relationship that's coming together, but with it coming out with this Four of Rods, that could definitely be a commitment that is really joyous. Now, that doesn't have to be a romantic commitment, but it very well can be. It could also be a commitment to a new passionate career move, or just moving in general. It could be a commitment to start some sort of a group that's going to really bring happiness and joy into your life, Scorpio. So whatever comes through with these energies that you have here, you need to really recognize that you're closing up a cycle. You're needing to get your head and heart so that you can really flow through some of these tougher energies that you might experience through September, and keep your eye open for that message in the bottle, because that's going to be the key. The spiritual message and the downloads that we get from Spirit are timeless and priceless. So I'm going to choose 4 tarot dice, if I can count them with my fingertips. Okay, yep, I got 4. The last reading I accidentally grabbed 5, so I just went with it. Shake these up a little bit. Okay, we have 2 of Swords coming up here, 2 of Cups, we have the Hierophant, and then we have this 9 of Cups. Wait, did I count that right? No, I'm sorry, 7 of Cups. I apologize. Now, what I really like about this is the 2 twos coming out. Now, 2s are always going to be a choice, but it's always going to be a choice that we already deeply know, deep down inside. Okay? So this, if you look at this, head, heart, 2 decisions. Okay? But really, you know what you have to do there. You have to get these 2 on point. You have to choose a truth. You have to choose a truth so that you can get your head in with your heart. Your heart already knows. Heart always knows what we want. But sometimes the head wants to mess with us, and that's what this sword energy is. It's mental. It's that mental energy, those thoughts, those ideas, the communication, the stories we tell ourselves. You need to choose one. one direction, and that can sometimes be very difficult, but it will set you forward with this Chariot. Once you can get your head into one sword, you can get your heart into that one area, and you can really soar forward and create something that's really meaningful. With the Two of Cups, that's two cups coming together. Now, this could be Two of Cups right here with this Sun, right? She's got a cup, he has a cup. They're going to come together, enjoy. However, the Two of Cups is just recognizing that there's like-mindedness, recognizing that there is something there. It hasn't moved anywhere, though. That's just where it is. It's at that something phase. So something is definitely starting to boil in the feeling and emotional part of you, Scorpio. You're starting to feel something, and somebody else is feeling something. Now, that could be your own inner guidance. Okay, so you're starting to really connect with yourself. That's that Two of Cups, bringing in, the melding of cups, getting on the same page. This could also be that romantic relationship that we're talking about right here. This could be that new collaboration at work. You have a new person who comes into your business who is like-minded and wants to help you see this company grow. You put your cups together, you start flying when you use that passion. So you can see how really getting your feelings on board with the passion as well is that heart energy. Getting that heart energy really flowing with fire and going for it. The message in the bottle part is a lot of this Hierophant, I believe, because it is questioning, what do you believe? When you're defending, when you're sitting here defending and things are falling apart around you, what do you still believe in at the end of the day? That's what's really important, because that's the thing that's going to get you moving forward. How can the world deliver you anything if you don't even believe in it? So really, no need to defend anything if you don't believe in it. If you don't believe in something, why are you defending it? If something's already dead, why are you defending it? So there's some kind of a belief, a question of belief and what you believe in really happening around this Hierophant. What's on your mind? The Hierophant comes along with those agents of chaos, because when our belief is questioned, it can really rock our worlds. It can really shake things up. Now, when we have the Seven of Cups coming through here, there may be some kind of confusion when you are taking stock of how far you've come. When you are starting to feel this immense joy, you may not have felt it in a long time, and you may not even know how to act with this Seven of Cups coming through. That is confusion over multiple options, that is feeling multiple different ways and not really knowing how to absorb all of it. And it is also the feeling of asking what's worth it. Is it worth it to continue building this? Is it worth it to chase this immense joy and this immense happiness? Absolutely, Scorpio. That is what, this whole life experience is all about, is those ups, those downs, and ending at the end of the day with pure joy and gratitude and abundance. So, as you go through these September energies, remember there's a message in the bottle for you, and that is always found inside. That is always found inside ourselves. And remembering what you believe in, remembering what you came here to do with whatever this circumstance is for each of you Scorpios out there watching. That is your September reading. Thank you again for watching. If you could please hit the subscribe button. I'm pretty new to YouTube. It helps me spread the word and, share all this information and get everybody's feedback. And I love learning and hearing all the comments and what's going on with all the energies throughout the months. So hit the bell button as well, and you'll get updated when I post new videos. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time.